They were taken from homes, from kingdoms, from lands that had names, languages, and futures. They were captured in raids, traded for guns and metal, and dragged from the heart of Africa to the western coast. There, on the shores of Ghana, Nigeria, Benin, and Congo. They were shackled, and herded into stone forts, held in the dark, surrounded by fear, disease, and the smell of salt and blood. And then they were packed into ships. Those ships crossed the Atlantic Ocean, the Middle Passage, where the bodies of the enslaved were stacked like cargo, chained neck to ankle, lying in their own waste. Many died. Some jumped overboard, some went mad. The survivors arrived in places like Saint-Domingue, today known as Haiti. In the 1700s, Saint-Domingue was France's most profitable colony. It produced more sugar, coffee, and indigo than any other territory in the world. It made France rich, filthy rich, and it did so on the backs of nearly 500,000 enslaved Africans. They worked under the whip in unbearable heat. The average enslaved person survived less than 10 years. They were branded like cattle, starved, mutilated, and forbidden to read, gather, or pray in their own language. But they remembered. They remembered their names, their gods, their homelands, and they waited. In 1789, revolution broke out in France. Liberty, equality, fraternity, the people cried. But liberty for who? Not for the enslaved, not for the colonized. In Saint-Domingue, word of revolution spread. Hope began to burn in secret meetings and mountain camps. And then, in 1791, it ignited. At Bois Cayman, a Vodou priest named Duddy Bookman led a sacred ceremony. Drums beat in the darkness, blood was spilled, and oaths were taken. Days later, sugar plantations were on fire. The revolution had begun. Out of the chaos rose a man named Toussaint Louverture, a former slave, literate, disciplined, brilliant. He turned scattered rebels into an organized army. He played France, Spain, and Britain against each other, and he won. Toussaint abolished slavery across the colony. He wrote a constitution, and for a brief moment, the dream of freedom became law. But in Europe, Napoleon Bonaparte had other plans. In 1802, he sent 20,000 troops to retake the colony and restore slavery. Toussaint was captured through betrayal. He was shipped to France, where he died in a freezing cell. But the revolution did not die with him. One of Toussaint's top generals, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, continued the fight. And in 1804, after defeating the French once and for all, he declared independence. The enslaved had risen up and overthrown the most powerful empire in the world. And they didn't just free themselves, they created a new nation. Haiti. The first Black Republic. The only country in the modern world born from a successful slave revolt. But the story doesn't end there. After independence, Haiti didn't just govern the western part of the island. For over 20 years, it governed the entire island of Hispaniola, both the former French colony of Saint-Domingue and the former Spanish colony of Saint-Domingue. The eastern side had served as a base for past invasions. To prevent future threats and to unify the island under Black rule, Haitian leaders, especially President Jean-Pierre Boyer, extended control. From 1822 to 1844, the island was united under Haitian governance, but tensions simmered. The eastern population, culturally Spanish and more light-skinned, resented Haitian rule. They rebelled. In 1844, they succeeded. The Dominican Republic was born. And once again, Haiti stood alone. But the revolution wasn't over. It had simply entered a new phase. A war of survival against global powers that refused to accept Black independence. In 1825, France returned, not with soldiers, but with warships and demands. Under threat of invasion, Haiti agreed to pay France 150 million francs as compensation for lost slaves and plantations. It was a ransom for freedom. To make the payments, Haiti took out loans from French banks at high interest. The debt crippled the economy for over a century. By today's standards, Haiti paid over $21 billion for its own liberation. While other nations built industries, Haiti paid for its right to exist. And it didn't end there. In 1915, the United States invaded. President Woodrow Wilson sent U.S. Marines to stabilize Haiti after the assassination of its president. But behind that excuse were American banks and corporations eager to protect their investments. The U.S. rewrote Haiti's constitution, took over its treasury, controlled its ports and customs. They stayed for 19 years. During that time, thousands of Haitians were forced into labor. Resistance was met with violence. Over 3,000 were killed. The occupation officially ended in 1934, but the wounds, economic, political, and psychological, remain open. So, when people ask, why is Haiti poor, they're asking the wrong question. Haiti isn't poor because it failed, but because it was punished. Punished for being the first Black republic. Punished for ending slavery, punished for daring to be free. The world never forgave Haiti for its success. It isolated the country, cut it off from trade, and blocked credit, and supported dictators when they served foreign interests. And yet, Haiti survived. Its people endured. Through disasters, embargoes, occupations, and betrayals. Because at the heart of Haiti lies something unbreakable: rebellion, memory, fire. It was born in the blood of revolution, and that spirit has never died. From the screams of the enslaved to the chants of independence, from Toussaint's quill to Dessalines' blade. From the forests of Bois Cayman to the modern-day streets of Port-au-Prince, Haiti is not a tragedy. It is a warning. A legend. A light. And its story is far from over. This is the GeoFrontline, where conflict meets clarity. Subscribe to uncover the past and understand the power it still holds.